Welcome to this shortwave radio channel. And one of the things that is interesting about having now the Yaesu FTDX10 in the same room with my portables and having access to different antennas is how we can compare the V antenna in my backyard and the MLA 30 antenna in my front balcony, and of course receiving signal. So, we have 25 megahertz WWV here. That's on the MLA 30 on the XH data. You can see the same signal on the V antenna on the Yaesu. One of the things that I have noticed, so of course the question is, is one better than the other? Is your V antenna in the backyard better than the MLA 30? So you know what? It all depends on the bands that you're listening. I've noticed that in lower frequencies, the MLA 30 gives me a better signal to noise ratio. So I'll hear signals better on the lower bands from the MLA 30. And that is because my noise floor is so high that it's difficult for the V antenna on the back to really shine and give me anything else than noise. And since the MLA 30 is kind of in a design that it's making it easier, and I'll give you a perfect example here. Here's WWV with the MLA 30 on 3.3 CHU Canada, sorry, with the MLA 30. Here's the same signal on the V antenna in the back. It's barely audible. As you notice, it's almost impossible to hear. So that tells you just one of the ideas that tells you, and look at how low I got to go to remove the noise. It's crazy. The noise floor here below 5 megahertz on the V in the back is terrible. So it gives me, lower frequencies are really horrible to listen to with that antenna when you compare it. So it's obvious here. CHU's barely audible in the noise, but yet on the MLA 30, so you might say, well, that's horrible, but at the same time, the reverse is often the case on a higher frequency. So if I listen to a 10 meter band, 20 meter band, I'll have a better signal to noise ratio on the V antenna than I will have with the MLA 30. So it's kind of, I would say, in the low frequency range, MLA 30 is great and removes a lot of the noise I've got. Of course, they're not positioned in the same place. The MLA 30, even in the back, would not perform as well. So there's a lot of things like that, but choices that got to be made at some point, and that's the problem here. Is that the way that's living in the city and having antennas like wire antennas, lots of noise being picked up everywhere. So this just gives you just gives you an idea of how different the two antennas actually work. And on some ranges, I'll rather use the MLA 30. On others, of course, I'll use the V on the Yaesu. But since my Yaesu is 80%, 90% amateur radio, that's where I actually focus. But that also tells you that, for example, the 80 meter band is not a band I'm going to DX much on because the noise floor is very high. So depending on the frequency range, you see that, the noise. Here, if we're on 333, if I move up to, say, 055, 5500. Well, there's some noise there too that you got to tackle. There's a lot of noise. It's pretty. The low frequencies are crazy with that. But you know, if I go up to 25, here you can see that the noise floor is much lower. I can lower this to 0 level, and rather than being at -25. So on higher frequencies it's better. And that also shows me that on the higher frequencies, very often I will get a better signal there on the Yaesu than on the XH data or any radio that is plugged into. You can see how it's noisier actually. Look, MLA 30, yet you'll get a better signal. And if I put the you can see that it's a much better signal here, and higher frequencies win. So nothing's perfect in this world. I have to choose between, you know, higher frequencies that are much better, but lower frequencies that are bad. And on the listening side of the MLA 30, the lower frequencies are great, higher frequencies not as good. That's pretty much the trade-off. So there's a point somewhere in the, I would say maybe the 25 meter band, around 11, 12 megahertz, where they're kind of equal in performance. So that's kind of a quick look of the differences that I have here in noise. MLA 30 versus V antenna in the backyard. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.